Good morning everybody. In this presentation, I am going to talk about the security and agriculture development in Malaysia in comparison with Thailand and the future strategies. Climate change, economic instability, and interruption of the global food supply chain have made food security a key concern throughout the world. The Food and Agriculture Organization defines food security as the quality, adequate, and the safe food needed by everyone to live an active and healthy life. This idea is grounded in 4 pillars that include availability, accessibility, utilization, and stability. Agriculture is one of the major issues of national food security plans in developing countries such as Malaysia, since it directly affects the supply of food, economic stability, rural development, and social welfare. Considering the mounting global uncertainties, there is the need to ensure that such countries as Malaysia enhance agriculture resilience to ensure future generations have sustainable and stable food system of their own.
Agriculture development in Malaysia. Doing a check-up of the agricultural industry in Malaysia, one can observe how it has undergone a tremendous change over the years. Prior to independence, agriculture was largely small-scale subsistence farming, including the paddy farming among the rural people. The traditional way, the small size of land and the variability of weather frequently led to the low production and continuous failures of providers. Under the British colonial regime, the emphasis was made on the large-scale plantation agriculture, especially rubber followed by oil palm. The production of these crops sustained the export economy, but the food production was minimal, thus causing imbalance in food security after the independence. With independence, Malaysia came up with the National Agriculture Policy series that modernized agriculture. NAP1 was all about productivity, NAP2 all about commodity diversification, and NAP3 all about sustainability and competitiveness. Nonetheless, the setbacks that have failed to make Malaysia self-sufficient in rice have been caused by factors like a low interest among young farmers, small land area, failure to mechanize farms, and climate-related disturbance. Food quality, food safety, and import dependence problem.
Malaysia has a food security framework that places food quality and safety as its highly important elements. Malaysia has a high rate of imported food imports, and the government or the agencies such as the Ministry of Health and MAKIS through strict inspection are ensuring that the standards of safety are achieved. Nevertheless, the situation involving few instances of tainted or substandard imports underscores that things should always be improved. In addition, importation of food also subjects Malaysia to external shocks like price fluctuations, supply chain, and geopolitical tensions. It is also changed to the increased consumption of processed and imported food, influencing nutritional security and the dependence on foreign producers. These are augmented by inflation and the increase in prices, thereby complicating the access to health food by the low-income earners. It is obvious that the enhancement of local production and the reinforcement of food safety are crucial aspects that need to be improved.
Comparative to Thailand, a comparison of Malaysia and Thailand brings to the fore some interesting differences. Thailand is a leading world producer and exporter of rice, and it has extensive paddy fields, well-developed farming cultures, irrigation systems, and people have a high involvement in agriculture. Rice is a staple food and a strategic export product, which has served the national income greatly. Malaysia, on the other hand, is a major producer of rice to meet domestic demand but still imports to satisfy demand. The low adoption of modern technology, high production costs, low age of farmers, and use of limited arable land are some of the factors that prevent Malaysia from being self-sufficient. Thailand is also experiencing such problems as climate stress and an increase in the cost of inputs, but they have not interfered with the general stability of the food system. This analogy demonstrates the influence of long-term policies and agriculture structural differences on the national food security.
Agriculture and macroeconomics.
Agriculture forms a crucial part of the macroeconomic system in Malaysia, but due to industrialization and development of services, its contribution to GDP has reduced. Food supply changes may directly affect inflation, the price stability, and household consumption behavior. Import dependency also impact on the trade balance and foreign exchange reserve that Malaysia received, which predisposes the country to the international market volatility. The export of agricultural produce and in particular rice in Thailand enhance resilience in economy through foreign exchange generation, rural job creation, and economic stabilization. These are some of the examples that show how agriculture is no longer about food security, but also contribute to the overall economic stability. Asia requires a comprehensive and visionary solution in order to wield food security. This involves the enhancement of irrigation system, seed technology, mechanization, and the use of digital agriculture. Land consolidation and the desire to encourage the young population to cultivate land are also worth promoting. Practice of climate-smart agriculture is essential in adapting to the unpredictable weather, mitigating greenhouse emission, and making agriculture sustainable in the long term. Improvement in food safety governance, creation of more resilient local food supply chains, and creating less reliance on import will also assist Malaysia in overcoming possible crises. The strategic alliances with other key rice producers such as Thailand might provide a source of knowledge and a better guaranteed import. Malaysia can be able to attain consistent food supply even during global uncertainties by incorporating agriculture in planning the economy of the country.
In summary, food security has become a challenge to Malaysia because of the global problems and national structural constraints. Though there is a move towards modernization, Malaysia still has a challenge of realizing rice self-sufficiency. On the contrary, the prolonged production of rice in Thailand has supported it to become one of the biggest exporters of the crop, leading to the economic power and food security of the population. Sustainable food security has a lot to do with long-term commitment of policy, strategic management of resource, and good agriculture practice, as we have seen. In the future, Malaysia needs to strengthen the agriculture base, invest in technological enhancement, and integrate food security in the economic plan to develop a strong food system which will serve the generation to come.